Bully Ray. Could Bully Ray be returning to Impact Wrestling? Now, Bully Ray hasn't appeared on Impact Wrestling in about 5 years. The last time he actually appeared on Impact Wrestling was in July of 2015, when he was only there for about 10 days. He had returned to Impact Wrestling. He was announced as the new general manager of Impact Wrestling by Dixie Carter. Was going to be part of this whole big plan to, reinvent TNA and reinvent Impact Wrestling. And then, of course, 10 days later, he wasn't happy with the state of affairs at the company. This was during, was it the Pop Network or Destination America time? It wasn't good. It really wasn't good at the time. And Bully Ray, like a lot of people during that period of time, Samoa Joe, Eric Young, etc., decided that Impact Wrestling wasn't the place to be, and he hasn't been there ever since. Well, a lot has changed in Impact Wrestling in 5 years, and a lot has changed in the world of professional wrestling in 5 years. And now a lot has changed for Bully Ray, because Bully Ray has found himself on the free agent market. He is now no longer under contract with Ring of Honor. Now, Dave Meltzer has reported in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that the contract of Bully Ray with Ring of Honor has expired, and he, quote, he wasn't given an offer for a new deal because Ring of Honor isn't offering people new deals right now, end quote. So per the report, although Ring of Honor likes him, although ROH likes him, the promotion likes Bully Ray, any wrestlers whose deals are up right now are not getting offers or new offers of deals except Danhausen right now. The promotion recently had to nix plans to start running empty arena shows and to tape future episodes of their weekly television show. So the status of Ring of Honor is a bit up in the air right now. I don't think Ring of Honor is going to go out of business, or ROH is going to go out of business, or anything like that. They're just being very conservative with what they spend, and rightfully so. This is a very different time at the moment, isn't it? It's a very uncertain time, so it doesn't make sense for them to be offering out new deals for people whose deals are expiring at the moment. We've seen the same with New Japan. They're on a hiring freeze right now, even though they're kind of doing deals outside of that, including the deal for Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, but Ring of Honor are doing the same. So Bully Ray's contract has expired with the promotion. Now, it's believed that once Ring of Honor starts running shows again, things might change regarding Bully Ray's status, but at the moment, he doesn't have a contract with Ring of Honor. He still currently works with the popular Busted Open radio show on Sirius XM. He joined Ring of Honor in 2017 after just departing WWE at the time. Dudley Boyz had just retired. His last match with Ring of Honor came back in February when he beat Caprice Coleman in a singles match at the Ring of Honor Gateway to Honor TV event. But this opens up a possibility for Bully Ray to actually finally come back to Impact Wrestling. Could Bully Ray come back to the promotion which the Bully Ray character and the Bully Ray gimmick was invented? And he had arguably some of his best years of his entire career, certainly the best years of his singles career, where he was in fact a world champion. Now, I think it's totally possible. I think this is totally possible. There's definitely a scenario in which this could happen. Now, Impact Wrestling in recent weeks, to be honest, going even all the way back to April, when they were going to do a TNA show, weren't they? They were going to bring back TNA around April time, around WrestleMania weekend, and they were going to bring back a load of old TNA stars and TNA gimmicks, including Aces and Eights. Obviously, that got nixed with the pandemic that we're living in at the moment, but Impact have been teasing ever since, especially on Impact TV recently, teasing the return of the Aces and Eights faction. We had D'Lo Brown a couple of weeks ago talking about getting the band back together. He was on the phone with a mysterious person. He was talking about, I want to get the band back together. And as he sits up, he has the Aces and Eights cut behind him, the leather vest with the Aces and Eights logo on it. D'Lo Brown, of course, was the vice president of the Aces and Eights back in 2013, back when the Aces and Eights faction was running roughshod over Impact Wrestling. And there's a lot of other factors involved here. Luke Gallows, Doc, or Doc Gallows, he was known as just Doc in Impact Wrestling, of course, was a member of the Aces and Eights originally in 2012-2013. Luke Gallows, Doc, was actually the first Aces and Eights member unmasked on Impact Wrestling all the way back in, was it 2012 or 2013? I don't know the exact year, but he was the first Aces and Eights member unmasked on Impact Wrestling television. We know now, it's been highly reported, that Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson have signed with Impact Wrestling. Luke Gallows himself has been teasing Aces and Eights on Twitter. He actually posted a picture a few days ago. He was looking out across the beach. He had a Bullet Club drinks cooler for his drink, and he had the Aces and Eights cut out there. He's teasing that he's going to go back to Aces and Eights, and teasing that he's going to go back to Impact Wrestling. We know, of course, that he is indeed going back to Impact Wrestling. We just don't know the gimmick and the plans of what he'll do in Impact Wrestling with Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson, of course, factor in as well. Now, a lot of people are saying about Carl Anderson, what could he be doing in Impact Wrestling? What could he be doing with Aces and Eights? Carl Anderson, of course, was the leader of a big dominant faction in Japan, aka the Bullet Club, so he would be a natural fit inside of Impact Wrestling and a natural fit inside the Aces and Eights. So that's 3 guys that are very, very likely to be going into the Aces and Eights. You think of D'Lo Brown, the vice president. You think of Luke Gallows, Doc Gallows, who of course was in the Aces and Eights originally, and Carl Anderson, who made his name as part of a big faction in the Bullet Club in Japan. He'd be a natural fit. He's Luke Gallows' tag team partner. He's led a big faction before. He makes sense to go into Aces and Eights also. But what about the leader of Aces and Eights, right? What about the president himself? What about Bully Ray? Given that Bully Ray is now a free agent, what a perfect time for him to make his return to Impact Wrestling and make the return and take this return of the Aces and Eights up an extra level. I mean, personally, I don't think Bully Ray appearing or not appearing is, the hill to die on for this angle. I think the angle and the revival of Aces and Eights will work without Bully Ray. But you have to think about it. He was the leader of the group. He was Aces and Eights. Aces and Eights was built around Bully Ray, the rise of Bully Ray as the president of Aces and Eights. If you're truly going to get the band back together, then bring in the guy that the faction was built around, right? Make a bit of noise. Get this angle over. Impact Wrestling, in all of the Impact Wrestling videos we've done on this channel, when it comes to the teasers of the ex-WWE stars that are coming in, when it comes to the teasers of EC3, Super Eric, Eric Young, Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, Heath Slater, etc., EC3, it's all about getting people talking about Impact Wrestling. Look at the great things that Impact Wrestling is doing or could be doing at the moment. So Bully Ray also, given that his contract has expired, I don't think that means there is a non-compete clause. So he can appear on Impact Wrestling TV as soon as he wants, or as soon as the company wants, or as soon as the company would want at a pay-per-view, that pay-per-view being Slammiversary. So I think a lot of things obviously are in play at the moment. This is a very fluid situation, but it's certainly possible. It's certainly possible. And when it comes to the revival of the Aces and Eights group, I enjoyed the how out of the Aces and Eights group. I really loved the gimmick. I thought it was a great group. I thought it was a totally badass gimmick, and I thought it was really cool. I enjoyed the whole motorcycle biker theme. Of course, some people criticized that it was a rip-off or a play on Sons of Anarchy. I don't see the problem in that. How many great gimmicks in professional wrestling have been a rip-off of something that's been going on in the entertainment world in general? The one that comes to mind for me is Sting. The Crow Sting is a play on The Crow. Who would have known it? And Sting made a complete, obviously he had a good start to his career as the Surfer Sting, but once he became the Crow Sting, it was next level stuff. That's just a rip-off of The Crow. Razor Ramon, it's a rip-off of Scarface. So for people to say, oh, it's just a rip-off of Sons of Anarchy, well, who cares? If the gimmick works and it's a good gimmick, then it doesn't matter. And that's what the case with me. I thought it was really cool. I thought the clubhouse scenes and the clubhouse vignettes and the clubhouse promos were cool. I enjoyed the masks that they had before they were all unmasked. I enjoyed the motorcycles, the beer drinking, the music. I thought their entrance was great when they didn't come out through the entranceway most of the time. They came out through the crowd as like they weren't part of Impact Wrestling. I thought it was cool. But like anything in that era of Impact Wrestling in 2012, 2013, 2014, it was just booked very poorly. And there was lots more that they could have done, and they should have won more often than not, and that was the case. But some of the highest ratings for Impact during that period of time were Aces and Eights. I think of the Bully Ray Brooke Hogan wedding, the reveal of Taz as a member of the Aces and Eights. It did a massive rating, one of the biggest they've done in a long time. Impact Wrestling at that time was actually also, once Bully Ray was revealed as the president, they went back and showed us a whole year, 12 months of storytelling about leading up to the reveal of Bully Ray and Aces and Eights. And that doesn't often get done in professional wrestling in the modern era. So there was so much good about the Aces and Eights during that period of time, in which there was some bad about Impact Wrestling due to the chaos going on backstage, due to the cash not clearing for employee contracts and talent contracts and all of that stuff. So I was a big fan of Aces and Eights. I want to see it return. But look, Bully Ray, he got the biggest push of his career when he was the president of Aces and Eights. He was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He was the biggest heel in the company, and he was really doing some of the best work of his career. His mic skills are incomparable to most people in professional wrestling right now. His work on the mic, and especially during that time, phenomenal. He was beating big stars. He was beating the likes of Jeff Hardy, Sting, and others. It was great. Could have done without him losing the title to Chris Sabin and then winning it back. Yeah, that was just TNA and Impact Wrestling throwing things at the wall at that period of time and trying to make things stick. That, again, that's the problem with TNA at the time. But I don't think the Aces and Eights angle, I thought that was great. It kind of fizzled out with the whole Bully Ray and Mr. Anderson gimmick, and was it like a coffin match or something? Let's forget about that. Let's remember the good about Impact Wrestling at the time, and that was the Aces and Eights. The Bully Ray versus Sting match at Slammiversary 2013 was actually really, really good. You had the pile driver on the wood underneath the ring slats. That was great. I thought there was a lot of good about Bully Ray and a lot of good about Aces and Eights during that period of time. To sort of show you how good it was and how over Bully Ray was, there was all this talk about, could we really get Bully Ray in WWE? How good would Bully Ray be in WWE? And he never got the chance, unfortunately. But you know, when people want to see you on the bigger stage, let's face it, WWE is the biggest stage around. That's no secret. When you get people talking, oh, he would be so good on this bigger stage, that's how you know you're doing well. And Bully Ray was Impact Wrestling. Bully Ray was Aces and Eights during that period of time. I don't care what anyone says. Now, people are going to say about Bully Ray's age at the moment. Bully Ray is 48. He's actually 49 on July 14th. Some people are going to say, he's too old to return to Impact right now. You know, he's too old to be put in a featured spot in Impact right now. Should Impact be looking at younger talent that they're bringing in? And I disagree. I disagree with that. I don't think so. I think this is more about the group in Aces and Eights returning, less so about Bully Ray himself returning. Bully Ray, regardless of his age, will always have something to offer, even if it's just on the mic, but his mind for the business as well. You've heard him on Busted Open, his creativity, his psychology, and like I said, his work on the mic, that's invaluable, in my opinion, to bring to Impact Wrestling. As the leader of a group like Aces and Eights, he can just be a mouthpiece if he wants to and work the occasional match. I think he would work more than just the occasional match, but he can do either, and I wouldn't have a problem with it. I really wouldn't, because he's so synonymous with the group of Aces and Eights. And the counter argument to, oh, is Bully Ray too old? Look, Impact Wrestling currently have Ken Shamrock on the roster, who's actually 56 years old, and he's currently killing it, okay? He looks great. He still can go in the ring. He still can go on the mic, and he's a good name to have on that show, and he's a great name to have on that show. Why Ken Shamrock was never asked back to the WWE or not put in the WWE Hall of Fame, I have no idea, because he's great. I love Ken Shamrock. So I don't have a problem with Bully Ray returning at all. And I mentioned it earlier, Ring of Honor, they aren't offering out contracts at the moment, which is maybe the right thing to do, but Impact Wrestling are. Impact Wrestling should take advantage of this situation. They should snap up Bully Ray and take the return of Aces and Eights to the next level. And I think the return of Bully Ray, the return of the President, the reveal that the President is back in Impact Wrestling and the President is back, the President brought the band back together, I think it would be a win-win for everyone involved. But of course, this is just one man's opinion. What is your opinion? Would you like to see Bully Ray back in Impact Wrestling, back as the president of the Aces and Eights, if the Aces and Eights do indeed return to Impact Wrestling? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Wrestle News 365. You can do that by clicking the bottom right hand corner of the screen right now, or if you wait a few seconds, there'll be a subscribe button at the end of this video along with another video for you to watch. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms on the screen right now too. That's at 365 Wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle News 365 on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you very much for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.